In a move to set up a private airstrip for the Winners Chapel, the Nigerian government has approved the construction of a private airstrip at Canaanland, the headquarters of the Living Faith Church worldwide, also known as Winners Chapel in Ota, Ogun State. Bishop David Oyedepo, the founder of the church, announced the development during a special service at Canaanland. The airstrip is expected to streamline travel for worshippers and guests, particularly during large-scale events such as Shiloh, the church annual convention. According to the bishop, our members can now land and park their aircraft at Canaanland, enabling easier access for worshippers and guests from across the country and beyond. The airstrip will also allow members to travel directly to the church premises without first reaching a major airport. This move is seen as a major convenience for thousands who visit the church, especially during large gatherings. The airstrip project will be fully funded by the church, reflecting Living Faith Church commitment to self-reliance and infrastructural development. The president of the church emphasized the church's commitment to funding its own project, adding that it was a step towards ensuring a high-quality facility with adherence to safety and aviation standards. Although details on the construction timeline remains undisclosed, church leaders have assured congregants that the project will be undertaken promptly and in line with regulatory requirements. Canaanland Ota already houses significant infrastructure including Covenant University, secondary schools, a bakery, and a water processing plant which serves both the congregation and the surrounding communities. The addition of an airstrip will further boost the church's expansive campus and create a more integrated experience for its members. Bishop David Oyedepo, founder of Winners Chapel, has consistently championed the development of infrastructure within the church and its community. He envisions the airstrip as part of the broader goal to improve services and make the church facility more accessible. As earlier stated, the project will be privately funded by the church, emphasizing its commitment to self-reliance and economic development. Besides improving transportation, it is expected to generate jobs during the construction and operational phases, contributing positively to the local economy. While the exact timeline for the airstrip construction has not been disclosed, the church leadership has promised a swift execution of the project, as earlier stated, adhering to aviation standards to ensure safety and efficiency. This development marks another step in the church's ongoing effort to enhance the worship experience for its members and visitors. There has been a debate on the contributions or lack of it of European Christian missionaries to the development and self-understanding of Africans since the publication of the book The Mission on Trial in 1977. Some acute observers of the history of ideas have recently reopened the same debate on a local level with a particular reference to the church in Nigeria. The faltering steps of early days have gradually given way to the robust and fast-growing community of faith, with elements of joy and sorrows, problems and pains, the successes and failures. It helps us to understand better the growth of social, intellectual, political and material developments brought to the people of the area by the church. The story of the development of Canaanland Ota cannot be complete without mentioning Bishop David Oyedepo. At about this time 35 years ago, the Living Faith Church opened up in Lagos at New Era Road, Iyanokpaja, and the first service was held on July 19th and witnessed 300 people. Some 4 years later in 1993, the Winners Chapel 3,000 capacity facility with the L-shaped structure terminating with an 8th-floor walled mission tower in the Winners complex known as Capernaum commenced and was dedicated by Archbishop Benson Idahosa on 12 December 1995. Located at 28 Raji Oba Street, Iyanokpaja, it is still sometimes referred to as the Raji Oba Church. Long before the facility was completed, there was need to move again. About 19 days to the dedication, on 23 November 1995, another signal came to prepare the church to build a new structure. Emissaries were sent to look for a suitable place. Sometimes in late 1997, while David Oyedepo was in a convoy on his way to the property that had been sighted, he got visibly upset, questioning the sense in going that far. However, he did not turn back so as not to send a wrong signal to the convoy. As the group came together to give thanks, Bishop David Oyedepo said he heard God say clearly, "This is the place." By May 1998, the church bought the first 530 acres of landed property for 200 million naira at Kilometer 10, Idiroko Road, Ota. In order to commence this project, a number of construction majors in Nigeria, about 3 in number, were called. Based on their analysis, it would take a minimum of 3 years at best to finish the project, and the idea of building such gigantic structure without a visible pillar was to them simply impossible. The more time on a construction project means more money for the construction company. 1 year was simply too fast. The companies declined. Putting this in a clearer perspective, in 1998 November, Julius Berger commenced renovation of the 10,000 capacity Eagle Square, Abuja, an open-air grandstand which lasted 6 months and completed in April 1999. Budget provision in 1999 was about $1.2 million in today's equivalent, and total renovation cost was about $4.2 million. Winners Chapel therefore invited Julius Berger amongst others to bid for the construction of the 50,000 capacity Faith Tabernacle within 12 months, and Julius Berger insisted that the time frame was impossible and unrealistic, as 3 years was a more realistic time frame. Eventually, the church pastors and members of Winners Chapel, who were professionals, commenced direct labor construction of the Faith Tabernacle altar and completed it at a total cost of $2 million in today's equivalent, which simply means that the Eagle Square, which has much less facilities and complications in renovations, turned out to be much more expensive than and twice the cost of the Faith Tabernacle construction from the scratch, showing how wonderfully well resourced were managed by the church. The need for builders, quantity surveyors, architects, civil engineers, and all other required for the work were announced in Raji Oba. Hundreds waited behind after service. The number was too large to work with, just like the biblical story of Gideon. Those with less than 10 years experience were blessed and asked to leave. Next, all ordained full-time pastors of the church all over the mission stations in Africa were recalled home and deployed to the project. They were to apply their skills acquired through academic trainings, but much more, they were to apply their faith. On August 29, 1998, the foundation laying event was carried out with Bishop Oyedepo revealing the different facilities and institutions that were going to be constructed. They were all going to be part of a 12-year plan. The secondary school, Faith Academy, was also known as Moriah, while the Faith Tabernacle was to be built on about 66 acres of land named Shiloh. The pastor's quarters was also to be built at Ramoth Gilead, shortened as Ramoth, while the university was also to be built at Hebron, the birthplace of kings and queens. Most projects and establishments created by the church were bettered after the advent into Canaanland, among which are the planting of over 20,000 churches, Covenant and Landmark University, over 20 faith academic schools, over 150 Kingdom Heritage Model Schools, and many more. Presently, and the biggest single project ever undertaken by Liberation Commission, is the Ark Project, a 109,345 capacity auditorium which will serve as a legacy project of the Commission under the leadership of Bishop David Oyedepo. Surely, the advent to Canaanland as directed by God has been a most fruitful journey. God has not only led his children into Rehoboth, the place of rest, he has also begun to repair the breaches, build bridges, and turn waste into cities.